Okay, so, the Black Ops Pass. What is it? Why are people mad? How do you fix it? Why am I talking like this? These questions will be answered and explained upon. That was some horrible grammar right there. But I think the best way to start this is to explain what the Black Ops Pass really is. The Black Ops Pass is technically the Season Pass for Black Ops 4. Originally, the pass would only be available with the Digital Deluxe Enhanced, or Pro editions of the game. Now, this would basically mean that the only way to get any of the DLC is to buy one of these copies of the game, as Activision stated that the only way to get the DLC is to buy the Season Pass. So, rightfully so, this pissed off a lot of people in the community. I mean, seriously, this was a shit show. People were trying to make it as big as the whole EA Star Wars loot box fiasco, hoping that Activision would go, you know what, maybe we should change it. But eventually Activision lent up just a bit and said, you know what, you're right, we'll sell the Season Pass separately. Sometime in the future. This can be a problem for some people, as they also stated eventually that Modern Warfare Remastered would be released sometime in the future, and that took about a year. So, not looking too bright. So, we know what the Black Ops Pass is, but what do you get with it? Well, basically you get the same thing you've always gotten, multiplayer maps and zombie maps. Only this time you're getting 12 multiplayer maps and 4 zombies maps, and you get an extra day 1 edition of content called Classified, which is a remake of 5. And you're also given 4 exclusive Blackout characters. Who are the characters? No idea! That could make some people nervous. You could easily get screwed for getting the pass and not getting the pass. Say, for example, you get the pass, and it's revealed that the 4 characters you get are Sullivan from World at War, who lasted, I'm pretty sure, 2 missions, Dr. Clark from Black Ops 1, who was killed in the same mission he was introduced in, and is probably more well known for being voiced by Gary Oldman, who played a different character that was a little bit more popular. Just a little bit. Let's say you also get Salazar from Black Ops 2, who ends up betraying you and screws up everything. I've still got a grudge against him, and when I let Harper live the first time I played it, and he just shot him dead, I was so happy. Harper, you the man. And let's say the last character is fucking Corvus, the AI from Black Ops 3.
I need an answer.
That's fucking great. Nice. Anyway, I'm not sure about you, but I'd feel a bit cheated if it turns out that they decided to change the characters and make them fan favourites like Reznov, Woods, Mason, Menendez, and then they're like, you can't get these any other way. The people who don't get the Season Pass are going to feel cheated out of these characters. I mean, you could just solve it all right now and just have a 4-pack of Sergei Kozin. Now that's what I'm talking about. So, the question I'm ultimately going to be asking is, how do you fix this? How do you make it so that there can be a profit, but at the same time be fair? Well, to do this, you take cues from what other games have done or are currently doing. You look at what you've done in the past. It's a very simple solution, so here is my solution to the Black Ops Pass.
You are now not in the presence of nice guys.
Bravo secure.
Alright, here we go. First up, the multiplayer maps. So, in my DLC scenario, the multiplayer maps will be free. However, we'd release them in a Modern Warfare 3 content calendar style. If you don't know what that was, here's a brief rundown. Infinity Ward decided to release a piece of content each month for Call of Duty Elite Premium members. Yeah, remember Call of Duty Elite? While Elite members got 1 or 2 multiplayer maps a month, eventually all the released items up to that point would be sold to non-premium members as content packs. As Black Ops 1 had 12 multiplayer maps and 4, look, I know it was 8, but there were 4 new ones, zombie maps, We'll use that DLC season as an example of what Black Ops 4 could be like. So for January, the multiplayer maps would be Berlin Wall and Discovery. February would bring Kowloon. March would be Stadium, and April would introduce Zoo. May would be the middle of the season, and would bring another 2 maps, Convoy and Hotel. June would have Stockpile, July, Hangar 18, August, Silo, and finally, to finish the multiplayer season, with Hazard and Drive-In. The maps would be free and implemented through updates that would also bring a 24/7 game mode playlist of any of the new maps released. So, if you just wanted to play that one map, you could easily just choose that, but the other maps would be added to regular rotation, so you had a chance to play them, but if you just felt like you needed some practice on that map itself, just choose the game mode. Now, as the DLC profit has to be made, the Zombies maps would need to be paid for. Yes, I know. I hate the idea as well. I'm a Zombies guy, but let me explain. I'm trying to make this realistic, so something would need to be paid for, and with the Black Ops 3 maps being introduced separately, I thought it wouldn't be the worst idea. So the maps would be available for $5.99 in the months of January, April, July, and September. Now a Zombies Pass would be available that would take the total price down to about $18, but would bring small little bonuses tying into Blackout. If the Zombies Pass is owned, then when the maps are released, pass owners are given zombie characters to use in Blackout. These characters could be the Victus and Ultimus crew. You know, the one crew everyone hates and the one crew everyone loves? With one of these characters from each crew being released with each map. Speaking of Blackout, a cosmetic store like Fortnite would work best in this scenario, with a Fortnite Pass being replaced with in-game challenges to unlock skins, sprays, and camos. Weapons would be introduced and would be free to use and obtain, providing you can find them. I've got to add a bit of challenge here. Instead of just giving the new weapons to the player, my idea is something along the lines of Infinite Warfare Zombies. Look, it didn't do too much right, but the weapon customization was one of the few things it did do right. The weapons would originally be in Zombies and Blackout. Once the player has it in their inventory, they'll have it permanently unlocked. That kind of seems fair to me. Now, all games need a pre-order bonus. We'll go with something that would be for die-hard fans, but not necessarily something everyone would be missing out on. For the bonus, let's say 3 exclusive Blackout skins would be offered, and they'd just be alternate versions of existing uniforms. So I'm thinking we would go with Vietnam Reznov, Cuba Woods, and Casual David Mason. Something die-hard fans would want, but it's also something you wouldn't really be missing out on, because you could just get the original versions of these characters. The solution to the Black Ops Pass is just to look at everything you've done, and try and fix it in ways that people enjoyed in the past. Looking at what other companies have done, with Battlefield releasing free DLC, and to be fair, EA's kind of doing that to save some face, and they better pick it up a bit. Fortnite has become incredibly popular due to the fact that it's a free-to-play game. The only thing offered are cosmetics. You don't need to pay any money, and it doesn't change the experience. Call of Duty trying to stick... Well, I shouldn't say Call of Duty. I should say Activision trying to stick with an outdated product like the Season Pass, when all of their competition is just implementing microtransaction cosmetics, something you can pay for, but something you don't need. And it still brings a profit, because every now and then someone will look at something and say, that looks really cool, I think I will purchase that. This isn't going to work out for Activision in the end. I don't see what they were thinking with this, trying to stay above everyone, because they're not. They're just making themselves look worse, with an even worse idea. But that's it for me. I don't know what else to say, or what else I could do to fix this. What did you think? What do you currently think of the Black Ops Pass? What would you change personally? Let me know in the comments, and until then, peace out, my dudes.